Let me start off by asking a question. Do you have or do you know someone who has cancer, diabetes, arthritis, allergies, heart disease, skin disorders? I haven't met anyone yet that didn't either have one of those things or didn't know someone that didn't have one of those things. America is considered the sickest nation in the world. We're actually #1 in diabetes, we're #1 in cancer, and we're #1 in heart disease. And you have to kind of ask yourself, why? Why are we considered the sickest nation in the world? They say about 50% of children born after the year 2000 will have diabetes by the age of 30. So if we were to take a classroom, divide it up in half, and say, okay, all you children on this side of the room, you will all have diabetes by the age of 30. They say 1 in 3 will have cancer in a lifetime. It used to be 1 in 9. I remember when it was like 1 in 6. How long will it be before it's every other person will have cancer? I like to use this kind of an analogy of kind of just going back in time. If you think back, as far as you can remember, age 5, age 6, how often did your mom and dad take you to go eat fast food? How often did they take you to go to McDonald's? Now I know for me, it was a kind of a special occasion. It was like once a month, maybe twice a month. But today, how often do kids eat fast food? Sometimes it's once, twice a day. Some of the high schools even serve fast food. So let me ask you, how much nutrition is in chicken nuggets? How much nutrition is in a double beef cheeseburger? Right? We just don't have the nutritions and stuff in our foods. Now the USDA recommends we eat 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. That's a lot. They say about 48% of America, so that's close to 50% of America, eat less than 1 serving of fruits and vegetables a day. There was a study done back in 1952 on a peach. It was the nutrition of a peach. Now there was a similar study done in 2007, again on the nutrition of a peach. But what they found out was that in 2007, you had to have 26 peaches to equal 1 peach back in 1952. 26 peaches. We just don't have the nutrients and stuff in our soils. Our soils are being depleted. A lot of our farmlands are now commercialized. We don't see a lot of mom and pop farmers anymore. So what happens is it's based on money, on production. So the lands aren't resting, but yet they'll put stuff in our foods or in our soils and stuff to make them grow maybe bigger or faster. Go down to a local grocery store, and I actually did this with my twin brother. We walked into the produce section. I says, "Hey, Greg," I says, "close your eyes." And right there by me was some strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. So I picked up the blueberries and I stuck them under his nose. And I says, "Okay, what does this smell like?" He goes, "Doesn't smell like anything." And it was the plastic containers with the holes in it. So I picked up the raspberries and I stuck it under his nose. "Well, what does this smell like?" "No, it smells like plastic." So okay, well I got one more. I picked up the strawberries. You gotta smell the strawberries, right? So I stuck them right under his nose. "What does this smell like?" "No, it doesn't smell like anything." He says, "Well, open up your eyes. Look what I just stuck under your nose." A lot of times when you buy foods, I remember my wife buying a bunch of grapes, and they're big grapes, beautiful looking, but when she bit into them, they taste like warm water. Very little taste to them. Well, if you don't have the taste in your food, then you don't have the nutrition. There was a gentleman at one of the presentations, he raised his hand after I told him about the peach study, and he says, "You know, I know exactly what you're talking about." He says, "I grew up on a peach farm when I was a little boy." He says, I used to be able to bite into a peach when I was younger, and the juice, he says, it was so flavorful and the juice would just run down my face. But he says, you can't find that today. You can't find peaches like that. Juice is made up of 23 different superfoods from around the world. Alright, some of these you might recognize, like ginseng, aloe vera, apple, raspberry, blueberries, but some of these you might not, like mangosteen, or this funny looking one, noni, sea buckthorn, or how about a whoopberry, also known as a goji berry. Here, just real quick, I'll read just a short little write-up on a whoopberry, the stuff that it has in it and the benefits. It says here, valued by the Chinese for its health-improving qualities, the whoopberry is packed with fiber, omega-6, omega-3, protein, calcium, potassium, iron, zinc, and it just goes on. There's evidence that the whoopberry helps fight against cardiovascular, inflammatory disease, some cancers, diabetes, premature aging, memory loss, vision, lung disorders. Pretty cool. But most people that I talk to have never ever tried a whoopberry, let alone ever heard of it. And the cool thing about juice, one of the great benefits, is it being in liquid form. That's very important, because liquid nutrition goes right into your bloodstream. See, when you have a solid, your body has to digest it. And when your body has to go through the digestive system, you only get a percentage. So let's say